Hello, everybody. This is Dr. David Lawrence, the Superintendent of Dayton Public Schools. Welcome to DPS's The Next Level. This is Season 3, and I'm really excited to start off Season 3 with 7 seniors. These are products of what we put our work into. These are products that are going to go out and make us proud. We put a lot of work into these seniors, these wonderful young men and women, and we're going to start off by introducing, or they're going to introduce themselves. Starting with Thurston at Meadowdale.
My name is Thurston Melson. I go to Meadowdale CTC.
My name is Janiyah Mack. I go to Dunbar.
My name is Cassie Stone. I go to Stivers.
My name is Anthony Sorio. I go to Belmont High School.
Alvin's Lubin, Thurgood Marshall.
My name's Ashleyana Fields, and I go to Mountain Street Academy.
Nevaeh Woods, and I go to David H. Ponitz.
So, they've been asking me, what are the questions like, Dr. Lawrence? Oh, my God, I'm nervous. What are we going to be talking about? And I said, listen, easy peasy. Let's just jump right in. Do you have a celebrity crush on somebody?
Yes.
A celebrity crush. So I'm just going to tell you right now, for me, it was Serena Williams, but she's retired now. So that was my celebrity crush. Tell me, who's your celebrity crush if you have one?
Chris Brown.
Chris
My
Brown.
mom went to his concert.
Okay, that's yours. Okay. Cassie?
Damson Idris.
Who?
Damson Idris. He was in the F1 movie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's sharp. Sharp. I know you're talking about. He was in something before that too, wasn't
Snowfall.
he? I love Snowfall.
Me too.
Franklin was his name. Franklin was the man.
He built that brick.
Yes, he did. Franklin was the man. I'm going to watch it again this summer. I spent all summer binge watching Snowfall, or else I would have known nothing about this. Who else has a favorite, a celebrity?
I'd say probably either Michael B. Jordan or Tyrese Gibson.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay, those are two good ones. Michael B. Jordan, Anybody else have a celebrity crush?
Definitely Coco Jones.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm gonna go old school. You probably know her, Lauryn Hill.
Okay. You're going old school. That was when I was in my 30s. That was a long time ago. Lauryn Hill, she's still.
I haven't had one since I was a kid. So
Who was it as a kid?
Right.
who was it? I really can't remember.
Okay.
You had to have some.
I did have one. I did used to have one, but I haven't.
For me, I'm a huge rap fan, so I would say Kendrick Lamar.
Okay. I can see that.
I can see that. He is amazing. He gets out of the way for a while. You don't hear about him, and when he comes back, bam, back on the scene. So I want to say that the next question I think is going to be easy too. I can't wait to hear it. It's one of the favorite questions as I was preparing for the podcast last night. And I'm just going to tell you that the question is, how do you define happiness? And I want to say to you that I was rolling around all night last night like I was getting ready for the first day of school, or like it was Christmas and I was a little kid, because I couldn't wait to get here to seniors. And what makes me happy is coming to the secondary schools in general, particularly the high schools. And I always go to lunch duty, and I see hundreds of seniors there, and juniors, and sophomores, and freshmen. But high school, I think that is the pinnacle of the work we do. Our job is to put you in a position to be successful, to graduate, to be college and career ready, ready to be an entrepreneur, or ready to go into the military. And so sitting here with 7 seniors, I was really excited. So happiness for me is watching you graduate and off in your journey. So I can't wait to see you again in May. That's what makes me really happiness. That's how I define happiness, is by your success. So what makes you happy? What is happiness to you?
I'm gonna start off real quick. I'm gonna get biblical real quick. All right.
Go ahead.
You guys, I don't look for happiness because happiness is temporary. I look for joy because that's what the Lord brought to us. And it says in the book of Nehemiah that the joy of the Lord is our strength. Amen. And that's what I really look for. That because He gives me strength. That's gives me joy, basically. And joy is permanent. Even in the times of downs and up, you're still gonna find contentment in that because you find joy. That's what I really look at.
Okay.
To piggyback off of John Anthony, which one would you rather me say, John or
Oh, he
Anthony?
said
my
John
God.
Anthony. He just put it all
Okay.
out there early on.
Me, I would to piggyback off of him. I would definitely say, for me, happiness is definitely my Bible. When I'm sad, I open my Bible and that sadness instantly gets taken away. Maybe when I close my Bible, if I didn't read good enough or if I didn't pray good enough, I might still have those feelings lingering inside of me. But every time I open my Bible, those feelings instantly go away and I get overwhelmed with joy and happiness. Like the first time I ever opened my Bible, I was younger and I remember I was in the back of my mom's car and I would read every day. Like I would just read every single day and she would always go on Facebook and tell them like, oh, my baby reading her Bible. She don't know what none in there mean. But it was just like every time I opened it, I would just get really, really happy. And I feel like that's what happiness is, honestly, the Lord and who and what you let into your life. Because someone can mess up your balance. Something can mess up your balance. So it's about what you allow into your life.
Right.
I want to tell you on camera that I heard about your middle school years. This is my 4th year. And so when I came, you were a freshman. So I heard about the middle school years. Janai is laughing. I heard about the middle school years. And I have to tell you, I have watched you. This is our 4th year together. And you are a superstar. It's been amazing to watch your growth. It's been next level.
Thank you.
Happiness.
for
What does
me-
happiness look like?
I would say surrounding yourself around people that make you happy, like friends, family.
I love
stuff
that,
like that.
Thurston. I love that.
So yeah, that's what I mean.
And it's so fun. I mean, when I do have time when I leave here, all the people around me, those are my people. And there's no negativity, no drama, no cutting each other down, no complaining, just fun.
Like we said last year, when you got the certain groups of friends.
Yeah, she's bringing back the podcast from last year. I might bring that one back about do we have different sets of friends? But anyway, happiness. What does it look like? What's it feel like? What is it? What do you want it to be?
Well, for me, happiness comes from within. So it's
Okay.
not like something you could just if you're looking for happiness, you will never find it because
John Anthony just said
it's within you.
you can't
So-
purchase it.
You can't buy it. I
Okay.
mean, you can't really put a price on it.
Does
like-
will money do it?
Nope.
Nah.
Okay.
Because like
Temporary.
it's more like something that, for example, like if you could like relax around like a group of people, if they bring you happiness, like every time you're around them, you don't have to like keep watching your back. Like you could just relax. You could just
Live in the
this is
moment.
who I
Feel,
trust.
feel safety.
Like 10 years from now, if you done something, you be like, I did this. I remember when I did this. And it's like reminiscing on that moment might
Yeah.
bring you happiness because you remember when you like accomplished something or did something to like, I don't know, that kind of brought change
Uh-huh.
some type of way in your life.
I
So it's
love
like,
that.
it's
Brought
really like,
change. I love the purple too.
yeah,
Yeah,
I got to represent
that's
30.
right. You gotta represent.
Casey was about to go next. Cassie. I'm
Cassie.
sorry. Cassie.
That's it.
I feel like for me, like happiness would be like love personified. Because like when you're genuinely feel love or when you're genuinely in love, you automatically are happy. Or if you find or like when you're around your friends, you usually love your friends, so it brings you happiness. So for me personally, I feel like happiness would be love personified.
That is so enjoyable to hear, and especially at this age. And love does bring people happiness, and love comes in different forms. Love for your friends, love for your family, love for your schoolwork, love for your pathway, love for whatever your opportunity may be, love for after-school activities. There's lots of things to love in this world. I think we need more positivity, so I love that. What else? Happiness. What does it look like? What's it? Yeah.
Okay. For me, I would say like pulling through when dark times come. Like, I feel like sometimes you do gotta be a little delusional, but know that
I like
like
that. A little delusional. Yes.
know that it's always light on the other side whenever you're going through something. Yeah, I think.
All pain is temporary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, delusionality. I'm gonna let you know on my job, I see a lot of that. I shouldn't have said that. Cut that. No, leave it in. Ashley.
I feel like for me, like finding peace within will really bring me happiness because if I'm not at peace, like I'm really not going to be happy. Like if I'm not comfortable with who I'm around or anything, like I just won't be happy. So like when I find my inner peace, I tend to be very happy.
Okay. So I'm sure, as you can imagine, well, you are young and really bright and really smart, all of you. You're kind of, what's the word I want to say? Kind of older than your age. You're very complex and wise beings, even though you're only 17 or 18 years old. Oftentimes I get people and they stop me, they go, oh my God, that job's gonna be so stressful. And I go, yeah, it is. So I know what I do to cope with stress. For me, it's the gym and Netflix late at night. Netflix late at night and the gym early or late. What do you all do to deal with stress?
Well,
and do you even have it?
Well, I try not to, but because like I'm not really one of those like, stressed about the situation. I just like whatever decision I make, even if it looks bad, I gotta go through with it.
You ride with it, huh?
So, but if I do end up feeling stressful or like feel like I can't relax, I can't sit down, I'm a musician, so I find my peace in music. So, grew up in church. That's really where my peace is at. And that's what I go to. I have an instrument like in every room in my house. So it's really like wherever I'm at, I can just pick up, play a few chords, play a few songs, and then, that probably would put me to sleep. But still.
If you have stress, how do the rest of you deal with it? If you have it.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Okay. For me, when I'm in like under stress, I'll like he does. Well, he may play music, but I will listen to music.
Okay.
Or go for a walk. just clear my mind. Usually brings me back.
Okay. Gotcha.
Me, my mom, she lives in Chicago. That's where I'm from. So with her being so far, that's what sometimes causes my stress. But the way I cope with my stress is calling her and just venting to her, because sometimes she may crack a joke, or sometimes we just get into another conversation that really distracts me from my stress. And during my swim season, swimming really helps me deal with anything, honestly.
Chi-Town.
Yeah, I'm basically just like them. Like, I just try to relax whenever I'm stressed. Listen to music, stuff that just might take my mind off of things, stuff like that.
For me, I listen to music, or like I'll just take a moment to like just sit in silence and try to figure out how I could stop myself from being stressed or like fix the problem.
I probably should throw that in there too. I'm a huge old school rapper fan, and I just turn it on and listen to them driving home. I stop making phone calls, no text messages, no emails. Just listen to maybe some good old fashioned Dougie Fresh. How about that?
For me, I like everybody say, I listen to music, I'll pray, or I'll read a book. I really love to read. So
I can see that. I can see that for sure.
But you like stress? You mean by like overwhelmed by work?
Yes,
or just,
for sure.
Well, how I do it, like what Cassie? Okay. Well, like what Cassie said, she would pray. I would basically assure myself that, like, how Jesus would be through the Spirit, like he would rebuke it. I would rebuke that spirit, because I shouldn't be letting that type of spirit get to me, right? And that's why basically I assure myself that it's not like gonna overcome me, because I have authority over it. And what I do, I would tell myself, you can do this. Like I would tell myself I can do this. Like, you gotta believe that you can do it. It's just confidence, basically.
We meaning there's an academic team and there's an operations team. The operations team, they make sure your buildings are clean. They make sure things are fixed. They make sure the grounds look great, grass cut, mulch. Make sure windows are clean. They make sure that the buildings are operational, that they're ready to go for all the academic people that come in. They make sure that food is served. I've been to all of your buildings. I love the nutrition services spaces in most of them. In fact, I just was at Ponet's. I just sat there eating a chili dog the other day and my tater tots. It's my first lunch of the year at the high school. I went to test it out to see if it was any good. So what's your favorite part of the day at high school, in high school?
My pathway.
And tell us what your pathway is.
I mean, I like health and phonics, guys. And I love my pathway. Like, Miss Lavelle and Miss Ross, I love them so much. Like, they just make school fun. Walking into the class, they check on you. Like, we always do a mental check, like, hey, is everyone okay? And then, like, Miss Lavelle, she'll have on her board little emojis, and it'll be like, one sad, one angry, hard eyes, just like how you feeling. And then we could talk about it if we want, or we could just say like, no, I don't really want to talk about it. And then we'll get into our studies. So like since I'm in my senior year, I get my STNA in December and I get my PCT as well. So that's a new thing that we added on. But we go in and we work with our mannequins that's in the bed, and it's so fun. Like just doing everything to get my certification. It's so fun. Like just learning about the body, doing stuff so then you could get certified, all of it. It's so fun. And it's really just my passion. I think that's why it's my favorite, because I want to be a traveling caretaker. So it's just my passion.
All right. So that's your favorite part of the day. Let me hear from some other people.
I would have to say the same thing, like my pathway.
Oh,
surgical
two
technology,
pathways.
You know,
Associate Superintendent Lisa Miner is going to want to watch this. She's going to go crazy when she sees it. She's really excitable about the pathways.
But yeah, it's like she said, like it's something I'm interested in. So that's probably why it's enjoyable, like doing hands-on skills and stuff. Like to get certified, like just make school more fun, I feel like.
I love it.
And it's hands-on.
Yeah, hands-on for sure.
I'll have to say, like, my favorite part of the day would be after school at band practice. You know, because, you know, I love music. Been a musician since I was 7. So, you know, music, I just love band. You know, how people come together. We're really a family, really, at band practice. So,
your band director is my fraternity brother,
Mr. Shelton.
Mr. Shelton. He's a
Yes.
proud member of Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated. And he is the truth. Yeah, you all are very tight.
I got mad respect for him.
Yeah, and really, really, I can see the progression every day.
Do you know Dr. Williams?
Mr. Williams?
Yeah. It's Dr. Williams now because he got PhD and everything. But same as Alvin's, also band practice, but also during the school day. On Monday and Tuesdays, I wouldn't be at school because I'm at St. Clair. And that's what I really like about that day, because it gives me a reminder that I'm going to the next level, basically. And I'm taking steps for my life and also for my career. And that's what I like about that day.
That's part of the day.
I'd say my favorite part of the day is my first period class, Phoenix Flight School, which is a college and career class, which I get to learn about, and I get to see my 2 favorite teachers.
You know, I can't wait to show this part of the podcast to the academic team. You all are saying some things that are going to make them really happy. Favorite part of the day?
So for me is my 6th period, because that's my CCP class. And the teacher that's in there, I really love him because he like really pushes us, and he's like a father figure to me. You know, like he really like stay on top of that. Like, so I would say that class.
Okay. CCP. I heard CCP, pathways, flight, band, after school activities. This is music to my ears, so to speak.
I would say my last 2 periods, 6th and 7th period, I take double bell dance.
Oh.
And
wow.
I've been in that class for like 2-3 years.
Double bell dance.
Miss Deshauna, she's just like a mother figure. Like it's like a big family. It's so fun. I've been dancing since I was 2, so it's just like, it's one of my favorite things about going to Stivers.
I was just on a video at Stivers about a audition for the principal. And the principal, I saw him in there with Miss Deshauna doing some dance work. That was pretty funny. Did you all get a chance to see that?
Yes.
We had a lot of fun doing that. So I would like to know if you could, once you graduate and you go to greatness, and you look back and say, hey, this is my journey in Dayton Public Schools, how many years it was. What would you say to all of us that were working to try to make you successful? What would you say to us in terms of how we can help the next generation, the next you? What would you say to us, the educators, to help us get better? Oh, that's good. It took a long time. That means we might be doing pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I would say something different to each school I went to, honestly, because I went to Charity, then EJ, and now I'm at Ponitz.
Mm-hmm.
Charity, I would just say, I love Charity. Like, if Charity went to high school, I would definitely still be at Charity. But I would just say, keep that bond that Ms. Goins creates with the students. Keep making those bonds and keep bringing everyone together, because it was like a sisterhood at Charity, honestly. EJ, I had a rough time at EJ. I had a really rough time at EJ. So I would definitely say it was a lot of change at EJ. Like, every year it was a new principal or it was a whole bunch of new teachers. So it was never really steady, honestly. So I would say really keep the steadiness, but keep the help, because it was a lot of teachers and staff there, like Ms. Booth.
Mm-hmm.
She was definitely my backbone. She's
amazing.
Yes, she was pushing me every day and saying, like, Nevaeh, you need to get on your stuff. Nevaeh, you need to stay on your stuff. She was definitely like another mother figure to me, honestly. And then at Ponitz, I would say keep the joy and keep the lovingness and caring, because each teacher cares about you, literally. It's not one teacher that doesn't check on me when I walk in the halls or that checks on any student, honestly. So I would definitely say keep the familyness and the caring.
I'll tell you one thing, it's awfully quiet over there now. I can't find a human being in the hallway when I go over there now. Nobody's out.
Dr. Brown is definitely, I love Miss Christian. She was more of like that mother figure that we all look to. So it was like we were all running to her. Dr. Brown, it's like, play. He does not at all. He's really cool. He's really cool.
I go over there. It's like a ghost town over there. I'm calling down the hallways. Where the kids at?
No, it is really quiet now, y'all. For real, it's really quiet.
I'd say probably like the same thing. Like, really keep pushing these kids to be their better selves and stay focused, because they have a lot coming ahead of them, and finishing high school is a really big achievement for yourself. Not just, just for yourself, and just keep pushing the students to be good students. Come to school, stay on task. I like the phone ban because you're not on your phone.
That's
you're
right.
not being distracted.
Give me the phone.
So, yes.
Although, I heard something yesterday when I was driving to Columbus.
Really?
I took a couple parents there to go testify to say that we should be able to give you all bus passes. And the parents got out and did a great job, and so did some of our staff, and I had to testify too, and we won the case, so we get a chance to give you bus passes.
That's
amazing.
Because you use them more than just for school.
Yeah.
We care about you beyond school. And so while we were riding there and back, what I learned from the parents was all the ways that kids use to hide their phones to sneak them in.
What?
Yes, they told on all of you. Yes. And so I just,
mine in,
I wasn't driving, but I had somebody write it down.
Oh.
I don't sneak mine in.
That's what I heard. So yeah, if you look back, tell me, what would you say to us in terms of how we can continue to try to be great here?
Well, I haven't always been in Dayton.
Oh,
so
that's even better.
So
you got something to compare it to.
Well, really nothing.
Okay.
Well, like, if I'm like, this is like, Thurgood has been like a family compared like other places. There's really like, you succeed, you fail. But, Miss Lewis has a thing she said where she say, no student left behind. Sometimes she say no cougar left behind because we're cougars. But I like the way like she's always like roaming the halls trying to make sure kids are in the class.
Always.
And really like it's for our good.
Saying positive stuff, yeah.
But I like the way like they always try to make sure like the students are okay and like they're doing what they're supposed to and they're on track to graduate. Like, it's just like a family. It really comes from love. Like, she just.
Your three principals.
Yeah.
The two assistants and your principal, Miss Lewis. I can feel it when I come in there. They're not hollering. They're not screaming. There's no negative comments with you all. There's eye contact between those ladies and you all. That's nothing but love over there. That is a complete and total culture change, and that's hard to do.
Yeah, I ain't been I've never been in like a school like that
Yeah.
that like takes care of their students like that.
I have to say it. I mean, you probably don't pay any attention. There's a picture of me there.
I know.
Yeah, that's a special place for me. I used to be the principal there. And every time I walk through the door, I remember being at the metal detector as the principal, checking bags and saying good morning to everyone.
Weren't you a principal and a teacher there?
I was a principal there and a teacher at Meadowdale. So I don't think there's any, I don't think there's somebody's going to get mad when I say this. I don't think there's any job better than being a high school principal, because like we can talk to you all, like we can have these types of conversations. Meaning, if you're the principal of an elementary, well, there's like pre-K, they're like 3, 4, and then 4, 5, and they're like kids, they're little, and little kids are amazing. But I like big kids because they're bigger and you can have different type of conversations. So I loved being a high school principal. John Anthony, what would you tell us to say? Hey, this is how y'all can continue to be great.
I'll go along with Ashleana and Nevaeh. I say continue pushing us and just continue giving us positivity and assurance that we can do it.
I would say form a connection.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
I feel
That's deep.
like a lot of students
that's
always
deep.
need somebody to talk to.
Mhm.
Because at home, people don't always have the best home life, or some people might not even have home. So I feel like
Form a connection.
form a connection, come to school. Like, you always know that there's a teacher or a faculty member that you can talk to that always has your back.
All right. So
Naya?
for me, I'm not trying to throw my school under the bus, but I feel like some of the teachers at my school need to dumb down on trying to be like friends with some of the kids.
Oh, I asked for this so we can get better. That's why I asked. I asked. Listen, just so you know, I ask kids questions all day long when I'm out. But yeah,
like,
I don't see.
feel like
Mhm.
some of them feel like, and yeah, it's okay to have them connections, but you got to draw the line, because I realized like in some of my classes, some of the students will skip in there and the other teachers won't know that they skipping in that teacher's class, but the teacher don't care,
Yeah.
you know, because they view that child as like, oh, we buddies, we this and this.
So are you saying like, you know, like your parent and say like, I gotta draw that line. Like I could be your friend sometimes, but I'm also your parent at the end of the day.
Yes.
Thurston?
Just like Alvin's, like I haven't really been at DPS schools before, but and you know, DPS kind of get a bad rep, but like I don't feel like that should be the case anymore. Like at my school, I feel like they let it be known like they've been in our shoes before, and I feel like that's what we need to keep there. Like Mr. Davis, like he's an alumni and stuff, and so he really know what we've been through and like what it's like to be a high school student in our situation. So I feel like that's good, and we should keep that going.
So we've got about 5 minutes left. I'm going to give you a question for your last comments briefly. I was trying to determine today whether I was going to have your name tags, because the seniors, you always come back. If you didn't know, we start with you, and then you come back right before you graduate, and we talk about what happened during the course of the year. When you come back, I'll have your graduation, with your diplomas going, the sleeves in which they go in, and we'll have them here. And I meant to bring them here so that you can vision that, because they had a senior picture that they took 2 weeks ago to say, hey, make sure we don't lose anybody, right? So I want to say to you that fast forward, transport yourself to May at UD Arena, and you're sitting out there, and you're looking at me and all my people sitting up there with our little hats on and just waiting on you all to come up. Imagine, briefly, tell me the feelings you think you're going to have when I give you, your principal gives you your diploma. What type of feelings you think you're going to have?
I'll feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
Oh, that's deep. I love it.
Because, like,
He
you
said
know,
fulfilled.
Everything you've done has led up to this moment.
Mhm.
So, you know, every piece of doubt will be like erased from your mind, because it's like, you know, even though there was some bad steps, I still made some good ones, and I'm still here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so every other decision I could have made doesn't matter anymore, because I still made it.
I love it.
I'd say mine.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd say mine is probably overjoyed in achievement. Like I feel very achieved. Like I achieved something that I worked so hard for that I'm finally getting. Like it would feel good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This boy, I
Very
mean,
proud.
What if we hold on to it? We on stage fight.
Tug of war.
Mine would be, I would be sad. I know I'm a boo-hoo cry. I'm talking about boo-hoo cry. Y'all have to put me off the stage because it's just like, I've always been involved in school. I've always been involved with DPS. My name has always been somewhere. So it's just like, I'm saying goodbye to that, honestly. I can't go back to that stage in my life. You can never go back to your high school life, honestly, unless, I mean, fail. But none of us are going to fail. So it's just like looking back and really thinking about every single thing I've done from the day I was born to, like, my first time going to school, pre-K, to 12th grade. It's just like, dang, you really made it and you did it. Because in 8th grade, I didn't think I would be where I am right now. So it's just like looking back at all my mistakes, looking back at everything I've done, it'd just be sad, honestly. But not a bad sad. It'd be like a, you really did it sad, like a proud of myself sad.
Yeah, it's gonna be emotional for us too.
For me, I would say what she was saying, like full of joy and stuff, cause like I really did it, like feel accomplished, all my hard work and stuff, but also excitement, cause like I'm excited for my next step, you know, cause there's definitely more to come after I graduate. So.
I love that excitement.
For me, I would feel important.
Ooh.
Like, I would feel that I finally, I wouldn't say I don't matter now, but I would feel in my soul that I finally matter because I would, out of my parents, I'd be the first one going to college. And then my brother, he just graduated, but he ain't go to college. So I would finally feel like I did it.
I want you to know that when you come up to get your diploma, I'm going to remember that. Yeah, you said I will feel important. I can't remember much anymore, but I remember that.
I think I'll have like peace of mind. Like thinking like all like the hardships and all the ups and downs, it's like in the end, like my mind can just like, just for a second, like I can just live in this moment. Like just for like, 30 minutes, an hour, how long ever the graduation is, I can just live in this moment, be, what'd you say, accomplished or fulfilled? I would feel like fulfilled and just be able to know that I was successful and, like she said, important. Like, I feel very important as well.
I'm going to go along with Alvin's as well. He said fulfilled. And that's what I was really going for as well. Like what he said, the downs that you made you the person who you are now. So like basically what Alvin said. I thought, I was thinking about what I was going to say in my head, but then I lost it.
I want to thank all of you so much. I really, truly look forward to this. It's a time for me to be able to stop. No phone calls, no text messages. Doesn't matter what the crisis is. It can wait until we get done with the seniors. I am going to make sure we get you scheduled back here for early May. And that is going to be so fun. You will remember this conversation. And it'll seem like it goes by like that. So, I think Thurston said it. I'm going to close with this. DPS gets a bad rap. Anybody watching this, I'll put my kids up against anybody.